Good afternoon. Welcome to the Lunch and Learn session Shadidi Eleazer presents. And on this particular broadcast, we have a special guest, and we're going to discuss and go into the nuts and bolts and psychology behind high ticket freedom, high ticket premium pricing, and the real world guide to freeing your life, freeing your products and services via high ticket sales. Let's welcome to the broadcast, Michael Baptiste. How you doing, Mike?
Hey, I'm good, my brother. How about yourself, man? How's it going today?
Life is good in Baltimore, USA. All is well, and I'm looking forward to this discussion for the audience. Now, for those who may be getting introduced to you on this broadcast, and they may be an entrepreneur, business owner, please introduce yourself and tell us your story. Tell us your mission.
Absolutely. So first thing first, I'll tell you guys my story. All the way from the beginning. I started out, grew up single mom. Father was in and out of prison. So I knew growing up that I had to find a way to find success for myself, something that was legal, something that would steer me from the route of being a statistic and following the same path that my father did. So I played college basketball, and I was real good in basketball. Thought I was going to the NBA, but ended up getting hurt. And when I got hurt, I had 2 knee surgeries, and that made me change paths as far as like where I was going with my career. So after getting hurt, that led me down a dark path. Led me down just a bad path, man. I got addicted to some substances. I was prescribed pain meds after the surgery. And I even dropped out of college. And after I dropped out of college, lost a $45,000 per year scholarship for basketball. I said to myself, okay, I got to do something else. And I got back into school. And right when I got back into school, I discovered internet marketing. Like I was at a party one night, and I told my friends, hey, I'm done partying. And I was watching a late night infomercial, and the guy was talking about how he made millions of dollars on the internet. And I'm like, wow, it's a way to do this on the internet. So I decided with my last $150, I would invest in this guy's training book, and it was like a $50 book with DVDs and everything. Long story short, the book came in the mail the next week. I took immediate action, and I made like $20 in my first 10 minutes promoting an affiliate offer. So that spawned a journey down a rabbit hole of me figuring out how to succeed, how to make money, how to find something that worked. But the entire time I was testing things out, I went, AdSense, Amazon, eBay, affiliate marketing, WSOs on the Warrior Forum. All these things made me money, but none of them really made that explosive income that I was truly desiring. So this is what happened. Word spread as I was a college student that I was able to make money online. And I had a mentor at the time who referred me to my first high ticket client. Now this guy, he was a luxury automobile dealer, and he was selling Lamborghinis, Rolls Royce, Ferraris, Mercedes-Benz, Infiniti, all types of crazy, high-end vehicles. So I said to myself, man, if I could help this guy sell one vehicle, that could change my life. 2 months later, after doing a lot of posting on Craigslist for free, I sold a vehicle. I sold one vehicle for $50,000. Now, at the time, for me as a college student, I was just looking to make some money to pay, pay for beer and ramen noodles, and so at the time, I think maybe I made like $200 commission out of that 50 grand, which is nothing, but it sparked the idea in my mind. If I could sell high ticket products on the internet, then I no longer have a need to try all these other business models out. So that then led me down a path of reaching out to mentors, work with mentors, going into debt, taking out loans to work with different mentors. And so this is what happened. After I worked with one mentor, he taught me about, how do you do several different high ticket business models from, high ticket coaching, high ticket services, equity / royalty business models, to high ticket seminars, masterminds, and a few others. So I decided to take him up on this idea and actually do my own seminar with the intention to bring in clients from that seminar. So here's what happened. I did the seminar, and about 100 people showed up at the seminar. And again, I was a college senior. After people showed up at that seminar, one person walked up to me and said, hey, here's my card. Call me tomorrow. I'm like, oh, okay. So this guy, he was an ex-multimillionaire in several different industries, and he wanted to see if I really knew my stuff. So he gave me a cheetah fur coat to sell in Miami during the summertime. I'm like, what? Long story short, 6 weeks later, I sold the fur coat, and he was blown out of his mind. He couldn't believe it because he tried to sell it for 2 years. I sold it in 6 weeks, so he was blown away. So from that point, we started negotiating, and then the negotiations led to me walking away with a $100,000 equity deal from this one client. And that was when I knew that I broke through, and I realized that selling high ticket offers would be the way going forward. So from that point, I started creating information products, teaching how to do several different things online. And somebody reached out to me and said, hey, man, can you coach me on how to create an information product? So I was like, okay, like why not, right? So I started coaching people on how to create information products. And one student, he was one of the most successful at the time. It took him about 2 months to launch his first product. But after he launched it, and within that 2-month time frame, he made about $4,000 in 4 days. And then he launched another one. He made about 15 grand in 6 days. Now, me, I'm the type of person, I truly believe in helping people transform. And I truly believe that whatever product, creation, anything that I put out there, the person on the other side of the computer or the person on the receiving end of my product, they must receive more value than they originally purchased it for. So I said to myself, man, people are getting results, they're making money, but how can they do it faster? How can they make more money with my information? That's when I decided, what if I were to teach other people how I've been selling high ticket offers and services and high ticket items on the internet? What if I were to do that? What would happen? So I took this experimental idea and I said, hey, I found my first client and I said, I'll teach you this. This is 100%, you're a beta tester on this idea, and let's see what happens. The guy takes the idea, he runs with it. 2 weeks later, he messages me back. He says, hey, man, I just made my first $5,000 sale. I was like, wow, this works. Let me try it on somebody else. So I tried on somebody else, and he came back in 7 days. He landed 2 of his first high ticket clients and made $4,000. And that's when I knew I was onto something. And since then, I decided to launch my own coaching program, teaching people how to sell high ticket offers and services. And so it's been my mission to help entrepreneurs create more freedom, financial freedom and time freedom in their lives with high ticket offers. And so at this point, I've worked with hundreds of clients from all over the world. I have dozens of students that have become successful. And it's truly a blessing, man, to be in a position where you can transform other people's lives with just your knowledge, your experience, and your message. And so that's a little bit about my story. I do have other things that I do in the business world and some other investments, but that's what I do, and that's my story. That's how I got here today.
Incredible testimony. Sort of it's a lot that happened in your story in terms of redemption and being creative and finding new avenues to make your life work and make your situation work. For those of us who did play sports or who had a specific avenue and we thought that this was what we were going to do for the rest of our lives, because you never think beyond your immediate passion in many cases, and you have to go with a plan B. And the fact that you used that plan B and made an alternate route your actual strength and new lane is quite admirable, and there's a lot of lessons that can be learned from this. Now, since this is the real world guide to high ticket sales, I want to make sure that my audience understands that when you're a coach or when you're an author or when you're an expert, Facebook does its algorithms and it feeds you ads. And there's a lot of different people who come out of nowhere and they were doing, A, B, and C 3 years ago, and now they're the coach. But can you please tell us the Banana Wave story? Because I want my audience to understand that you do have entrepreneurial skin in the game and that you have experience with products and placements and a whole story behind that. Can you please share that story for the audience?
Absolutely. So for, the first thing I do want to touch on is, like you said, the people that come out of nowhere and they say, "Hey, I'm a coach. Hey, I'm a coach." You know, I don't have anything wrong with that as long as you're truly delivering value and you have something that has the ability to transform a person's life. That's my only caveat with that. But to transition now to the banana wave. So for those of you watching, I am the co-founder of Fresh Start Beverage Company. And Fresh Start Beverage Company, our flagship product is called Banana Wave Banana Milk. Now, if you've ever heard of coconut milk or almond milk or rice milk, this is an alternative to those alternatives, and it's based with bananas. It's a 5-in-1 superfood made from bananas, non-GMO organic edamame, gluten-free oats, organic flaxseed, and sunflower seeds. So you can use Banana Wave in your cereal and your smoothies. A lot of people drink it in their coffee. You can drink it by itself. It's a very versatile product. We've won awards with this product. But I will tell you this, it didn't always start like that. We started off as some college kids. You know, I was doing the seminar and somebody came up to me and said, "Hey man, I got an idea. What do you think?" As soon as he told me banana milk, I was like, that's going to take off. That's going to blow up. I'm in. And I decided to come on board and help them out with my marketing skills and my, just my business skills in general. So when we started in 2013, we had no money, no resources, no major contacts, literally just an idea and the desire to make that idea a reality. So what we did was we started from scratch and we started writing a business plan. We knew that we had to have a plan and an actual guide that would allow us to go from point A to point B, which was point A, just an idea, to point B, selling our product on the shelf. Now, in that process, we had to even raise money. And while doing so, I went out there and I used my speaking skills that I've been naturally blessed with to go and pitch different investors. And got my alarm just went off, right? Let me turn this off. All right, that happens sometimes. But so I went out there and started pitching different investors, and we actually entered a business plan pitch competition where we won. And I went out there, I spoke for 90 seconds and won $5,000 for our company. That $5,000 then transformed into $350,000 from investors that same year. And then next thing you know, we've up until this point now, we've raised over $1.2 million just to get our product from our idea to being distributed nationwide in several different big box retailers, from Whole Foods to Walmart to GNC to Mom's Organic Market to Market Basket. I mean, HEB, Tom Thumb, literally like just some of the biggest stores you can imagine. We're now selling our product in those stores. And it all started from my partner, his grandmother. She used to make this recipe for him when he was a little kid. And as he got older, he realized that nobody was making grandma's juice in the marketplace. So when we met we put all of our skills together, we formed a team, put a business plan together, raised money from investors. And I mean, that was all she wrote from there. Now we're continuing to grow and looking to expand internationally in 2018, which is next year.
Excellent. Now let's roll up our sleeves and get into the high ticket discussion.
Absolutely.
Okay, so for my audience, many of which are either full-time entrepreneurs or they have the passion, but they also are doing something to make ends meet during the day. So for many entrepreneurs in that first phase of self-employment, they are trading time for money, whether it's services or products in exchange for monetary compensation. Can you please describe the fundamental differences between trading time for money and high ticket sales?
Absolutely. So the first thing I'll start with is trading time for money. Now, no matter what job you work at, whether you're the CEO making $500,000 a year or you're one of the lower level employees making $25,000 a year, it does not matter. You trading time for money will put a limit or a cap on how much money you can make. Now, again, I don't care how high you choose to go up the ladder, there's always going to be an invisible ceiling on your income because you can never trade more time than you have in a day for more money. With only 24 hours in a day, and most people work 8 to 10 hours a day, how much more can you truly work to make more money? And this is where a lot of people have the misconception that if I worked harder, if I do overtime, if I put extra time in, I'm going to make more money. Well, you might make an extra 20, 40, 50 bucks for those additional hours that you work. But as a long-term strategy, it's just going to burn you out, make you hate that job, and make you not want to live that life anymore. Whereas selling high-ticket offers, on the other hand, it's not restricted by the amount of time that you put in. It's only restricted by the quality of the visitors that you get in front of your high-ticket offer. So if you can get high-quality targeted visitors in front of your offer, the sky's the limit. The sky is the limit. So what do I mean by that? I mean that if you've got an actual webinar or a case study or a sales letter that's selling your high-ticket offer from a single website, and you can send, let's say 1,000 people per day to that offer of yours, and you get one person every single day to buy your product. Let's say it's $2,000, it's $5,000, or even $8,000, right? We'll just stick with five for now. If you're selling one person a day with just 1,000 visitors for $5,000 per day, I mean, all it takes is you sending more visitors to your website to make more money. Whereas with the job, if you make, let's just say, let's say $100 an hour, or let's just say $250 an hour, no matter what, you can't scale your income because your income is tied directly to the time that you put in at work. So the biggest difference with these two models of trading time for money and trading your knowledge for money is that you can scale the ability to trade your knowledge for money because it's already there, it's automated, it's online, it's in one place where all you have to do is put multiple high quality laser targeted visitors in front of that offer. So one of the things that I've noticed over the years is that it only takes one funnel. It doesn't take a whole bunch of things. A lot of people, they give you this strategy. They tell you create 4 videos with different pages. They tell you, send people to this, and you upsell them, then you downsell them, cross sell them, do all this stuff. But in the world of high ticket selling and selling high ticket offers successfully, it only takes one funnel in order to really maximize your income from those high ticket offers. And again, some of the best ways to sell high ticket offers are in the form of webinars, case studies, and believe it or not, some people still use sales. Hope that gives you some insight to the time versus the high ticket sales conundrum.
Excellent points. Now, the question that I have is with people getting started. Now, they may be experts, they may be coaches, they may be well-renowned professionals, but getting started with the high-ticket mentality in detaching your mindset and scaling towards a reality where every hour is not met by compensation is a big shift for many. So for those who are starting out with this approach, is high-ticket a matter of, let's say, renting Lamborghinis, that's an extreme example, until your launch is done? Or is there a deeper game at play? Or other words, should a professional or author or expert fake it until they make it? Or what will be your suggestions on how they should start establishing their credibility within their particular niche in order to elevate their status within their target client's mind?
Great question. Great question. So first thing I'll touch on is the Lamborghinis and renting out the nice flashy cars to sell the product, right? Because we see it all the time. These huge ClickBank launches, these JBZoo and ClickSure launches. You see the guy, he's in a Lamborghini, he gets out, he walks into the giant house. He has a glass of champagne on the table. He hands it to the beautiful blonde sitting at the table, and then he's like, "Hey, take that. I'm going to do this video." We see that all the time. And the reason people do it, I'm sorry to say, is because it works. It does. But being your truest self and being your authentic self and coming from that place where you know who you are, you're confident in who you are, you believe in who you are, the rented Lamborghinis, the rented houses, it won't work. It won't work. And for your clients on the other side, your prospects on the other side who see you with these Lamborghinis, with these houses, people see through that. People can smell, excuse my French, but people can smell BS, bullshit, from a mile away, especially with these days on the internet. So I would recommend and I would suggest coming from your authentic self and being as true as possible to who you are, because that stands out more than those fake Lamborghinis and those fake cars ever will. Of course, unless you own those things like Ty Lopez or some of these other guys, right? But the best thing to do is, when you're first approaching it and looking to get yourself established as an expert, speaker, authority, coach, consultant, service provider, whatever it is, the best thing that you can do is step out there, offer whatever it is that you're selling, whatever item you have for sale, offer it. And let people know up front, hey, I'm launching a pilot program. I'm looking for beta testers. You are going to be one of the first in this beta testing program. However, once we move past this beta testing phase over to the real thing, the price will increase by 300%. So you get the opportunity to get in right now at only $1,500, where everybody else will have to pay $6,000 for this exact same program. That's one of the best recommendations that I can make, and that's what I recommend for my students out there, my actual clients that I work with who get started. So I'll actually tell you, I got a client, she just started working with me about 2 weeks ago, okay? And in her first week, she closed her first client for her, what is it? I think she charges $3,500. So she charges $3,500, but she was going through this thing in her head where she's like, oh, I haven't charged anybody before. I don't know what to do. So this is what she did. She opened up her program and said, hey, I'm opening up for beta testers. She got one person to jump on her offer, and they paid $1,500. So the next thing that happened is, of course, I consulted with her, told her what to do next, is that she actually attracted a very large company to her. I mean, a company that's doing 8 figures per year in business. And she put together a deal with this company where, again, she had no experience with this before, but this is a high ticket service that she wanted to create around Facebook Live and Facebook video views and YouTube videos and all that stuff like that. She created a program in her mind. Of course, I worked with her, looked at it, kind of said, hey, this is the direction you should take. And she decided to charge $10,000 for this program. She went out there to this company, presented that offer to them. They said yes to the offer, but they did not pay her $10,000 up front. However, they did agree to send her referrals if it works out well. And they also agreed to, give her a bunch of free stuff. And she's now going to be speaking at their events on stages, which is going to open up more opportunities for her. Okay. And every company that comes after this first company is going to pay 10 stacks. Like they're paying 10 grand for her services. So for you, if you're looking to get out there and start selling your own hot ticket offers and your own hot ticket services, it really boils down to just being true to who you are, being as authentic as possible, just keeping it real with yourself, staying true to yourself. And as you go out there to start getting new clients into your offer item service, just tell them, hey, look, this is a new program I'm launching and I'm looking for beta testers. This is the pilot program. You get your opportunity to get in at a massive discount, a first mover's discount, and everybody else is going to have to pay full price. That's what I would recommend for those of you guys out there who want to get started and you don't have a lot of experience or a lot of testimonials or a lot of success already in the marketplace.
Excellent. Now let's go into a phenomenon that we've all experienced. Now I want you to just sit back for a minute, Michael, and just picture this. Okay. So we're at a live event. We're at a banquet hall, and there's a gentleman across the room in a nice suit, designer loafers, whatever your imagination may call for. Now, for this gentleman, the perception of success is important. And what many people may not know is that although his suit may be nice, it's the only suit that he has in order for him to get to the event. So for individuals who are experts, but their main concern is that they kind of have an idea of what they bring to the table, but their biggest fear is that they don't have the goods to sustain it. What are your tips for them to overcome what I like to call the imposter syndrome?
Ooh, great question. Great question. So the imposter syndrome is that feeling of, man, I'm not good enough for this. This can't be me. This isn't the way I grew up. Just feeling like you're fake, you're a fraud. This is completely normal as an entrepreneur. This is something that I've experienced several different times in my career, my short career thus far, and I'll tell you, because I actually recently got over this myself again, because I coming from my background again, single mom, dad in and out of prison, grew up dirt poor. I deal with this on a daily basis of asking myself, man, am I really good enough? Do I really deserve this? And I have to constantly tell myself, yes, I'm good enough. Yes, I'm worthy. Yes, I deserve this. Because that confidence is what shines through and allows me to create transformation in the lives of my clients who are depending on me to help them get through whatever situation that they're dealing with in their business. So the way I would recommend overcoming imposter syndrome is really creating a clear vision of the person that you want to become. Like take 5, 10, 30 minutes to just sit down, take out a sheet of paper, and write down the person you want to become. Write down the person you see yourself becoming in the future, and make it extremely vivid. Make that picture extremely vivid. And then once you come out of describing that person that you want to be, every time you look in the mirror, see that person. See that person and believe that you truly deserve to have the things that you want to have, that you truly deserve to be that person you want to be, and have all the other things that come with being that person. Now, the reason I recommend this is because by you casting out that vision of who you want to be, of how you see yourself into the future, what will happen is that the things around you in your current situation, like everything around you, will then begin to conform and shift and like twist around to help you create that vision of yourself that you really want to be. I had a client of mine who came to me, and he was dealing with imposter syndrome, of feeling like, man, is this for me? Is this really working? And I remember at the time he was doing like affiliate marketing and like launching different little WSOs on the Warrior Forum. And so I said to him, bro, look, what you're doing, it's not who you are. Like, you have so much more than that. You deserve more. You are worthy of more. You've got the skills, knowledge, testimonials, success stories. You deserve more. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to go out there and I want you to put your foot down and charge this price right here. Go out there into the marketplace, charge that price, believe that you are worthy, believe that you deserve it. Now, when I spoke to him at that time, he was maybe making like $1,000 on the internet, right? It's like $1,000 a month. Peanuts, right? Peanuts in the grand scheme of things. Within like 3 weeks, after having that discussion with him and helping him overcome that limiting belief that he had about himself, he made over $7,000 in profits in just like 3 weeks. And it was simply because of the way that he looked at himself. He truly believed that he was deserving of the money, that he was worthy of the money, and that the money was rightfully his to have because of the way he saw himself. So for those of you guys out there suffering with imposter syndrome, it's normal. Like, don't think of it as something that's something that only the lowest level of us go through, experience. No, those of us at high levels experience that as well. Even with my other business, with Banana Wave, people look at me and they say, wait, why are you doing internet marketing and Banana Wave? And it makes me say, should I just be Banana Man instead of coaching people on how to transform their lives and businesses? And then on the flip side, people see me online, they're like, hey man, you're such a great coach. Why are you doing Banana Wave? And then I'm like, man, should I stop being Banana Man and focus on just coaching? So high-level entrepreneurs, high-level overachievers go through it all the time. It's not something that's new. Like, you're going to experience this. No matter what level of success you rise to in your career, you will experience this. And Miss Tree speaks Thank you for letting us know. This is awesome. I'm happy that this is delivering value to you because that's my intention. That's the goal here. But for what it's worth, you will go through imposter syndrome. I mean, Shadid, I'm sure, have you gone through imposter syndrome yourself?
Let me give you a couple chapters from the book of from the book of life. Definitely. Now, in terms of imposter syndrome, just for example, I've been known for over 15 years as a live event organizer within the Microsoft technology space. So bringing together experts of all different flavors, administrators, developers, so on and so forth. I built a reputation in that market. So I was raised in small business, and small business is a passion of mine. And when I became a score.org mentor, I wanted to share more of my knowledge in terms of small business. I love it. It's something that is a passion of mine, but my perception was that people would not accept the new me. So I had to get over the fact that how I perceive myself in terms of how I look at myself in the mirror is not necessarily the perception that other people will have in terms of how they look at me, and just focusing on value each and every day, and also keeping myself in the loop in terms of who I speak with and always elevating my knowledge so that although I may be new in terms of public persona, I'm surrounding myself with the best people, the best knowledge, the best courses, so that when I give an opinion, it is the peak or the summit of my knowledge. So if I'm doing my best, I can't necessarily fail because I'm actually trying and I'm not leaving anything on the table. And that was how I overcame imposter syndrome. And it's something that I always have to work through myself and adjust. So, for example, if I'm building a business with a very successful caterer and very well known, his venues are a cultural landmark here in Maryland. So when I'm in his presence and some of his friends, it makes me go back and look at my scenario and say, okay, do I have the goods to step up to this level and deliver value at that level? And again, I have to go back to the drawing board and say, okay, who am I? And am I giving my best effort? Am I giving the best perspective? Am I challenging my perspective each and every day with the best ideas, the best people who can look at what I'm saying and say, think higher, scale higher. What are you doing? Why are you not doing the very best that you can do? And that in itself keeps me in a position of honesty and just clarity in terms of this is who I am and this is the path that I'm walking on. And that path can't be adjusted or manufactured for another set of shoes.
Bro, you said it, man. Giving your absolute best. You know, staying at the top of your knowledge, at the top of your game. That's definitely one of the ways to overcome that imposter syndrome. Because how can you fake the knowledge that you have? Like, you know, you can, like you said before with the example, you can have that amazing suit. You only have one suit of it. You know, and after that suit, then your wardrobe goes back to basic. But when you got the best of the best knowledge in your mind, you know, that can't be taken away. It can't be replaced. And it's something that, you know, no matter how many people call you an imposter, you have that knowledge that they don't have. So, man, you spot on with it, bro. You're spot on with it, man.
Absolutely. And to drive this analogy home for those who are listening on the broadcast and will be listening on the on-demand video, when using the clothes analogy at a live event. So for those of you who are just tuning in, if you go to a live event, you see someone with the designer loafers and a nice custom suit, but to that person, that's the only suit that they have, and that's their last shot. In the perception within their mind is that I'm an expert, but I don't have the goods to sustain those results over a long period of time. So based on the question Michael asked me, I may not have a suit every day, but those khakis and that collared shirt, I'm going to crease it. I'm going to iron it. I'm going to make sure it's dry clean. And I'm going to make sure that my outfit that I wear out into the world is the best representation of what I can do at that moment.
Mm. Mm. I love it.
Not every day has to be a suit, but when we present ourselves to the world in terms of experts, coaches, professionals, always give your best, always look to give value. Michael talks about value a lot in his broadcast and within the High Ticket Society group. And that's the main thing you have to keep in mind, is that what you're putting out to the world has to be the summit of your knowledge, your skills, your abilities.
Absolutely.
Now, want to drive home a particular point about poverty mindset. You touched on it as far as in your previous answer and also in your intro story. Many times the opinions of the people you love the most, in terms of, I don't have any money, or you may have seen your mom cry or your dad get frustrated and throw things based on the lack and limitation that exists. You may have had friends or friends of your parents say all rich people are evil. This person sold out. They are not the same anymore. And you have to be mindful of what programming you allow to install into your mental operating system, if we compare the brain to a computer. So as you move through the steps that Michael lists within his broadcast, check yourself. Always look and see what feelings are coming up when you build your sales page and you, let's say, list $5,000 or $10,000 or $2,000. Going from $47 or $97 or $197 and moving and scaling up is a big jump. But the big jump comes from the notion or the idea that that is a lot of money. And when you look at that number that you're looking to reach as a lot of money, you have to reverse engineer that and determine where that feeling came from. And if you track all the way back, you'll find that within the first 6 to 10 years of your life, someone within your life, your primary caregiver, installed an idea within your mindset that you've carried with you throughout your lifetime. Powerful stuff. Powerful stuff.
Very powerful.
You can overcome it, but it's important to acknowledge that it exists in order to combat it. But if you don't combat it, Michael can give you the script. Michael can give you the exact words to say. But if you don't counterbalance what is going on within your mind versus the leap that he's going to take you towards, you're going to be stuck. It's like trying to jump high with a very heavy ankle weights on. Doesn't work. It limits how high you can leap. Limits how high you can leap. Now, let me ask you a question, continuing on. First of all, want to thank you, Dangerous Dave Sawyer, for your comment. Just for the job, career you want, not the one you have.
Very true.
Dave Sawyer, thank you for tuning in. Maryland's own. Now, in terms of, I mentioned in my previous comment about making the leap. What are your tips in terms of taking an existing offer? Let's use an accountant, for example. An accountant may sell taxes, they may sell bookkeeping services, you name it, QuickBooks training, and they are locked into a fixed fee for delivery of a service. And when someone of your caliber comes to them and you say, well, you're probably thinking too small about this, that $397 or $497 or $997 that you charge can easily be $5,000, $10,000, $7,500 if you frame it correctly. what in my approach to this is to focus on wraparound services with that particular offer, not necessarily for the client, but for the service provider themselves, because pricing, all prices in the world are based on a perceived value or opinion. Every price that is ever listed has ever been listed. So the service professional themselves have locked themselves into a contract where they say, this is what it's worth. So when you have to scale that to the numbers that we're discussing, there's often a resistance from the service provider themselves. They're fighting themselves. So what are your tips in terms of either wraparound services or how to take an existing offer and stretch that knowledge, skills, and expertise to reach the reality of high ticket selling?
Well, the first thing I'll say is it goes back to what you mentioned before, and what I'm always talking about is the value, right? Like, what is the value that you're providing for $397, and how can you add more value into that existing offer to increase the price and justify the value of your offer? So I'll give you an example of something that I did before with the client who I helped him launch his own online television show. So we were, discussing, talking deals, negotiating and whatnot. And I said, hold on one second, my man. Are you thirsty? Would you like something to drink? He's like, yeah, I actually am thirsty. I would like something to drink. I'm like, cool. Soda, water. He says, give me a Pepsi. So I go, and this is at like a cigar shop where we were doing this deal at. So I go to the back and I look for a silver platter, right? I find a silver platter out of the back. Boom. Put the silver platter on top of the bar. I put the Pepsi on the silver platter. So then I look around. I'm like, hey, you guys got cups? They give me 2 cups. I'm like, hey, can you fill one with ice? He goes and fills one up with ice. He brings back. So I got an empty cup. I got a cup with ice. I got napkins underneath the cup. I've got a straw on the actual napkins, and all of that right there on the silver platter. I walk back out to this client. I present him with this silver platter. I say, how would you like your Pepsi, sir? Would you like it by itself? Would you like it in the glass, with ice, without ice? Would you like it with the straw, or would you like it with a napkin? His first reaction was, wow. Just off that alone, I've done like, he's referred me so much business just from that one single client. And although I didn't sell him a soda, just the mere act of providing so much value, just offering a soda, it completely changed and transformed the way he looked at me and the value that I had to provide for him. So the first thing I would say is think about it like that. Like, how can you deliver a silver platter experience to your clients with your actual service? So if you're a tax accountant or just business accountant and whatnot, what can you do? What can you add on to your service that you already have right now that's not existent? That does not exist in your current service. So again, I'm not an accountant. I don't really know what accountants, what they provide, but just thinking off the top of my mind, maybe there could be, a referral fee that you pay clients to, send in other clients. It could be something along the lines of, again, I'm not good with accounting. If you were to come to me and say something about, more of a service provider who provides SEO services, there's tons of things that you can add in, like reputation management, or you can send out, free website audits, things of that nature, to add in and increase the value of what you actually offer. So it really depends on your industry. I can't speak very much about the tax and accounting industry, but I can speak about, the digital marketing, digital media side, because that's where I come from. But really taking what you have to offer, asking yourself, how can I increase the value? How can I ensure that the client that comes through my actual service gets to their outcome that they truly desire? And then once they get to their outcome, how can I add a little bit more to their outcome so they walk away happier, more satisfied, and they walk away with what they want initially, and also they get what they didn't even know that they needed in the end. Okay, so the key really just boils down to, one, adding more value to the actual offer, doing your best to wow that client. And then once you figure out how you can add more value, then charge a price that makes you feel uncomfortable. And the reason I say charge a price that makes you feel uncomfortable is because that's the only way to get out of your comfort zone. That's the only way. There's no other way. If you're charging $497 right now, triple the price. Triple the price and watch what happens. I had a client. I told him, he came to me. He was like, "Hey man, I don't know what to do. I'm struggling." Da da da. I said, "Look, this is what you do. Double the price." He came back to me the next month and he doubled his income. And it's really that simple. So add more value, do what you got to do to wow the client, and increase your prices to the point where you feel uncomfortable. Those are the three things that I would actually recommend if you're struggling with increasing your prices. And those are the ways that you can actually increase the price and justify it with the value. You can look at a BMW 745, right? And you can look at a Rolls Royce, right? These cars, they're both luxury cars, they're both high-priced cars, but one car costs almost double the amount of the other car, but they're made by the same company. And that's something that a lot of people don't know. BMW and Rolls Royce are actually made by the same company. So what makes the difference? Well, the difference is the value, the perceived value in the mind of the person looking to actually buy the car. One car doesn't go 200 miles faster than the other. One car doesn't come with extra seats compared to the other. If you look at both of these cars, interior-wise, exterior-wise, they're just about the same. But the only thing that makes a difference is the value in the mind of the perceived value in the mind of the prospects that are looking to buy this actual car.
Powerful stuff. Now, let's add additional value to this now for great tips, 3 tips, and a great breakdown on perception as it relates to cars. I didn't know they were made by the same manufacturer. I've just learned something there. Now, for the service providers, I'm going to give you a few tips to take an existing offer and make it more valuable on the spot. Here we go. If you speak to someone face-to-face or over the phone, always record the interaction. Provide the MP3 of that interaction as on-demand learning material so that they can go back and learn the notes and repeat it. Number 2, always add meeting notes, written meeting notes, whether it's with an email. Bonus points if you add it within a PDF document with your letterhead. This is setting a premium precedent. And number 3, if you're providing group services or you provide a single service to an individual or to a company, add them to your customer care program. Again, this allows you to take a single interaction and build an extended relationship with that client, which also allows you to raise your rate. So customer care can be an email autoresponder through MailChimp or Aweber for those of you who are getting started. For those of you who are more advanced, you can utilize Infusionsoft or Entreport or other services. Another idea is to add them to a custom Facebook group where once per week you do a live Q&A based on the follow-up. So within that follow-up, you basically want to create a list of the 10 challenges that they're going to face once they purchase your product or your service. And then you answer those questions along the way and add additional value. This allows you to take a single interaction, whether you're doing taxes or you're giving someone a haircut or you're doing landscaping services. There's a plumbing company that does an amazing job of follow-up, and when things happen within my household, they're top of mind for me and many other people in the greater Maryland area because the fortune is in the follow-up, as you've read in thousands of sales books. So those are a few tips in addition to what Michael brilliantly shared in terms of how you can take an existing offer and expand the value delivery so that when you say that'll be $7,500, sir or ma'am, there's no hesitation because you're backing it up with extreme value in the initial delivery as well as within the long term. Let me ask you another question, Michael.
Yes, sir.
Now, with the friends and family in high ticket, can well-intentioned friends and family sabotage your high ticket efforts? Meaning, is it important when you're planting the seed of elevating to more, elevating to a premium version of who you are, a premium version of self, substituting time and money for scale and leverage and freedom? Is it important to fly with other eagles, or how important is that from your perspective and for your clients to maintain that environment? Should they find new people to be around, coaches, mastermind groups, or what are your thoughts on the law of environmental exposure?
Man, that is so important to make sure that you surround yourself with the right people, because at any given moment in time, the people that knew you from your past, the people that grew up with you, the people that worked with you in your first job before that you had, or went to college with you or school, whatever, they only know you as that original identity where they met you at. So they don't know the person that you're looking to become. They don't understand the vision that you have for yourself. And they don't understand the people around you that are already successful, that have walked through those golden gates, if you will, that have, experienced all that this life has to offer thanks to the businesses or entities that they've created. Those people around you from your past, they don't know these things. So it's like, it's life or death. Okay. There is no gray area. It's life or death that you surround yourself with people that are where you want to be, where you want to go, people that are ahead of you. They have more knowledge than you do in certain areas, right? They made more money than you. They're more successful in certain areas. They've done more projects. They work with more clients. They're involved in masterminds, joining in to masterminds. I think this is life or death, because these are the people that are going to elevate you to the next level, that are going to help you go there. They're going to say, hey, give me your hand, and pull you up to their level, versus allowing you to stay down on this level where everyone who knows you, they're going to associate with you at this level. There's no room for growth at this level with the people from your past. And I'm not saying cut everybody out, but what I'm saying is make a conscious, deliberate effort to surround yourself with people who are at the level you want to be at. And not only surround yourself with them, but build relationships. Like, make those people your friends. You should be able to call those people on a regular basis. You should be able to say, hey, bro, look, man, I know it's 2:00 in the morning, but I had this on my mind. What do you think about this? Like, you should be establishing relationships with people at those levels, because those are the people that are going to help you transform into the person that you ultimately want to be. I tell a lot of my clients all the time that you are the sum of the 5 people that you hang around. And if the people that you hang around right now today are not the people, well, let me say, if they're not the people that are going to help you be where you want to be in 5 years from now, then you got to surround yourself with new people. So getting involved in masterminds, working with mentors, coaches, people at higher levels than you, becoming friends with high-level entrepreneurs and overachievers, just surrounding yourself with high-quality people that force you to grow. They force you to step outside of your shell, outside of your comfort zone, and outside of what you've known. My partner with Banana Wave, I remember when we were coming back from a long road trip that we were doing in Orlando, Florida, back down to Miami, and we had a conversation, and he was telling me, bro, like, this is a year where we have to change circles. This is a year where we have to change vehicles. This is a year where everything must change around us so that way we can go to the next level. And it's so funny, because that was before we got into Whole Foods. That was before we got into Walmart. And now that we have gotten into these stores, we actually have an opportunity to go into Shark Tank and present our business plan and our product and our idea and sales and everything like that. And it's only happened because we started surrounding ourselves with higher level people who said, hey, I know the producer at Shark Tank. Let me get him to get in touch with you guys. there is no way that you're going to grow and go to the next level unless you constantly surround yourself with people at higher levels than you. If you're and I said this before, if you're the smartest one in your group of friends right now, you're in the wrong circle, honestly. For those of you right now who are looking to go to the next level, Miss Treese, thank you. Appreciate that. Congratulations, sister. For those of you looking to go to the next level right now, I'm going to tell you straight up like this. It is life or it is death. Okay? Your dreams, you can live your dreams, the vision that you have, the lifestyle that you want, you can live that. But you must surround yourself with higher level people. And if you don't, then all those dreams you have, all those goals, the visions, the aspirations will die. I see what I do, coaching people, guiding, mentoring, training people. I see what I do as life or death, because the person on the other end, they're dependent on me with their life to make a difference, to transform their lives, to go to wherever they want to go. And if I don't do that, then this person's going to die. So I want you to see your associations, the people that you're around, as life or death. Do the people around you, do they nourish your life? Do they help your life, expand, evolve, increase, advance? Or are they a toxin? Do they help your life go down? Do they make you feel lower, depressed? Do they make you feel like an imposter for going after your dreams and going after your vision? It's life or death. And so go after life. Surround yourself with higher level people, and they'll help you bring your dreams, bring your vision, bring your goals to life. That's my take on it, brother. I hope that I hope you're really listening to that. For those of you guys watching live, those of you watching on demand, I hope that point hits home with you more than anything else that I said today. You surround yourself with higher level people.
Loyalty can kill you. Loyalty can kill your ideas, can kill your dreams. Who are you being loyal to, and what ideas are you being loyal for? If the people around you and the ideas that they support are not helping you reach the reality that you write on the paper every morning, that you repeat in the mirror every morning, then you need to seriously do an audit on your circle. And the people you surround yourself with and the ideas that you subscribe to will build or destroy your empire. Empires are like sandcastles, and the wrong people will send that tidal wave and send it crashing down, no matter how good of a person you may be, no matter how many times you went to church in 2017, no matter how many times you said please and thank you. It's not about good or bad. It's about positive and negative energy, clarity of thought, and moving in a positive direction as a unit. Your friends elect you and elevate you to being who you need to be in life to fulfill your mission.
Absolutely. Hey,
Tell us.
Go ahead, brother.
Tell us about this exclusive community on Facebook. I'm a member, and it's about 1,000 people. But I want you to tell us about the High Ticket Society and why it's a benefit for people to join, and give us the overview of what it's about and where it's going. Give us the vision.
Absolutely. So right now, the High Ticket Society, we've got about 1,000 members. And this is a community I created because I want to introduce people to the world of high ticket offers. I want to have a place where, people who sell high ticket offers and services can come in. They can get support. They can ask questions. They can get help. They can get, training information. They can get resources that they may need to actually grow their business. And it can be a one-stop shop for people who are looking to get started, people who are looking to take it to the next level, and people who are already successful at selling high ticket offers and services to come in and network with one another. So that's part of the reason why I put it together, is to have a community based around what I love talking about and what I truly believe is one of the best ways to create freedom using the power of digital marketing and online marketing. The vision for where we're going with high ticket freedom, I see, the high ticket society, sorry. The vision for the high ticket society, I see us growing this thing into a super huge, hyperactive community of over 10,000 people who are in the world of high ticket offers and services. Right now, we're still growing, we're still developing, we're still working out some of the kinks, but eventually I see us being able to have summits, okay? Actual summits where it's all about high ticket offers and services. We bring in some of the best people in the world who are experts, they're coaches, consultants, service providers. They're out there doing equity deals, real estate agents, people who are pharmaceutical sales reps, people who are selling high ticket offers, meaning people who sell boats, people who sell airplanes, people who sell helicopters, like people who sell entire blocks of real estate, commercial property. Some of the best people we want to have in this group, so that way we can help just elevate the minds of those who are looking to get into high ticket offers and services. And at the same time, really create a change in the way that high ticket offers are sold on the internet. So right now, I would recommend joining and jumping in with the High Ticket Society, because we're going to be doing a lot more cool things. As you heard before, we're going to be actually adding in high ticket summits. So that's still in the plans. That's still in the works. I got some people I'm talking to behind the scenes about putting together summits. There are actually people inside of the community right now today that have experience with putting together summits and have offered to help. So that's going to look at that. Hey, wow. How about that? Well, we'll definitely have further conversations, my brother, about how we can put something like that together, man, because you are the man with the plan. You've been doing live events for what, 20?
About 15 years in now.
Oh, 15 years. 15 years. Look at that.
Consecutive. Now let's make this interesting, because we're all about value here on this broadcast.
Absolutely.
High Ticket Society. I am a member. I believe in what's going on. I see results. Now, if you join the High Ticket Society, which means you go to facebook.com and you search for High Ticket Society and you join and you get accepted, here's what you will receive from me to you. You will receive my Big Vision worksheet. Now, this is a worksheet of questions that challenges you to step beyond what you want to do and determine why you want to be wealthy. What impact wealth is going to provide to your life, not in terms of you buying nice designer shoes, but in terms of the impact that you're going to have on the world. And once you get clear about that, if things begin to change, because then other people start to come into your life and help to guide you into that direction. Number 2, you will receive the Find the Money worksheet. It's actually the creative financing worksheet, but within the team, we call it the Find the Money worksheet. So we'll take your goal and you list 25 different ways that you can actually it's active brainstorming to help you reach your goal, and also 10 different skill sets that you bring to the table to help you leverage that. And when you sit down and you do this active brainstorming, it just fires off different ideas within your mind, and you become smarter as a result of taking that time. And to bring this home, because again, we're all about value, you'll receive a 45-minute. So normally I do 30, but 45 minutes, because we have to go high ticket. We have to go premium for this particular opportunity. This is Michael Baptiste we're working with. So 45-minute phone call where I will sit down with you personally and take any offer that you give me, and we will transform it, we'll sculpt it, we'll massage it, and transform it into a $5,000 offer.
Wow.
Guaranteed.
Wow.
High Ticket Society, ladies and gentlemen, go to facebook.com, do a search. It's right up there at the upper third of the browser. High Ticket Society, 3 words, 1 mission to take you from a lifestyle of lack, limitation, spending your time away from the people in the moments that matter, and allows you to choose who you want to work with so that you can enjoy the freedom that your ideas and your family deserve. On behalf of Michael Baptiste, I'm Shadidi Eleazer, and this has been Shadidi Eleazer Presents. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Take care, my brother.